Hi, I'm Sutton Foster, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly digest of all the cool theater happenings. Or as we like to think of it, the people who thought HBO was airing a well-earned documentary about Jinx Monsoon all this time. So imagine our surprise. Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Beth?
Six-time Tony winner Audra McDonald is teaming up with A-listers George C. Wolfe and Savion Glover on a new Broadway show with a mouthful of a title. Ready? It's called Shuffle Along, or The Making of the Musical Sensation of 1921 and All That Followed. The piece is a backstage tribute to the African-American revue Shuffle Along, which became a surprise smash hit at the height of vaudeville and changed Broadway forever. This sure-to-be fascinating musical history lesson will begin performances on March 14, 2016 at the Music Box Theatre.
We're pledging our allegiance to this pair. Tony winner Lea Salonga and former Broadway.com blogger and Glee star Telly Leong will return to Broadway in Allegiance. They'll play siblings and join the previously announced Star Trek icon George Takei, whose personal experience as a child in a Japanese-American internment camp inspired the musical. The show will begin performances on October the 6th at the Longacre Theatre, and we can't wait.
This week it was confirmed that London stage star Cynthia Erivo will shake her shimmy with Jennifer Hudson this fall when The Color Purple returns to the Great White Way. Erivo, who starred in the Many a Chocolate Factory production in the UK in 2013, will reprise her role as Celie in her Broadway debut, alongside Hudson, who will play blues singer Shug Avery. Produced by Oprah Winfrey and directed by Tony winner John Doyle, The Color Purple will begin previews in November at the Jacobs Theatre.
It's time for the Broadway.com Disney movie update. As we'd suspected, Frozen 2 is officially in the works, although we're not yet sure if the movie's original stars Idina Menzel, Jonathan Groff, Josh Gad, and Kristen Bell are on board. Plus, the new movie adaptation of Beauty and the Beast has cast Kevin Kline as Belle's eccentric dad Maurice, and Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts, joining Emma Watson, Dan Stevens, and Luke Evans. Josh Gad is in negotiations to play LeFou, but just like Frozen 2, he hasn't confirmed. Hey, we know you're busy starring in The Comedians and everything, Josh, but don't you maybe want to pick up the phone and give Disney a call?
Broadway.com is a hotbed of exciting vlogs. Our newest one is called Never Grow Up and features Olivier Award winner Laura Michelle Kelly taking us backstage at the new musical Finding Neverland. Kelly will introduce us to her co-stars Matthew Morrison, Kelsey Grammer, Teal Wicks, Carolee Carmello, and more. So sprinkle some pixie dust around your computer, think lovely thoughts, and look for Never Grow Up on Saturdays this spring.
Hey, it's Frankie J. Grande, and you're watching the Broadway.com show. And I love this show. Yay!
Helen Mirren is currently reigning over Broadway as Her Majesty the Queen in the audience. During the play, the Oscar winner grants an audience to a succession of prime ministers. So I asked the stars attending the show's opening night, if you were offered a drink for your meeting with the Queen, what would you ask for? Check out their answers in this week's pop poll.
I'd ask for a whiskey sour.
I'll stick with whiskey.
Scotch.
A nice straight-up martini.
Probably something British. Hendrick's, maybe? Hendrick's gin?
Their best beer that they have on tap at Buckingham Palace, they must have something on tap, right? It can't be all gin.
Well, my favourite drink's a Bloody Mary, and I think she'd probably make quite a good one. So I think I'd say a Bloody Mary, nice and spicy, please, ma'am.
I don't drink. Actually, no, since I've been here, there's a thing which I've never heard before called the Shirley Temple. To me, it's like, oh my God, it's a huge discovery. The idea of, what is it, sort of ginger ale with a bit of grenadine and a little cherry? Oh, yeah! I'd ask for one of those.
Our star of the week doesn't call herself KC Pocket Diva for nothing. The 4'11" star of On the 20th Century is lifted like a sack of potatoes, a very glamorous, rhinestone-studded sack of potatoes, pretty much non-stop during the new revival, when she isn't singing, hoofing, and making them roll in the aisles, that is. For her show-stopping performance as Mildred Plotka, Lily Garland, we've got to hand the glamorous title of Star of the Week to the one and only Kristin Chenoweth. You hear that, Tony voters?
Our tweet of the week comes from Spring Awakening Tony and Grammy winner Duncan Sheik, who finally spoke up about something we've all been thinking about. Duncan writes, "Thank God for looking HBO. Occasionally I miss John Groff's butt cheeks, and they're always there. Thumbs up." Truer words have never been tweeted, Mr. Sheik, and we thank you. You can follow him at the Duncan Sheik and see Groff Sauce in Hamilton at the Public Theater through May 3rd.
This week's Hot Shot shows off the love fest backstage at If Then, where Tony winner Idina Menzel poses with her longtime dresser, Joby Horrigan. The two have worked together for 14 years, through Wicked Greenifying, See What I Want to See's white linen kimono, and If Then's businesslike blue blazer. Idina and Joby's obvious affection shines through in this photo by Broadway.com's Caitlin McNaney. We can't wait to see what this Broadway pair will do next.
Thumbs up to Casey Nicholaw, who is killing it on Broadway right now. With the hotly anticipated Something Rotten joining Aladdin and the Book of Mormon, the director and choreographer will have 3 shows running on the Great White Way. Broadway.com recently spent the day with Nicholaw, so check out our exclusive video to find out what makes this character actor turned hitmaker tick.
We've got to give a thumbs down to Sutton Foster and the cast of Younger. Even though she's passing for 26 on the new TV Land series, the Tony winner and her co-stars, Miriam Shore and Debbie Mazar, failed our pop culture quiz miserably. Sutton, you really think Rihanna's real name is Babs? And Caesar is a member of One Direction? Come on! It's Niall, Zayn, Liam, Harry, and Louis. How hard is that?
Hi, I'm Carolee Carmelo. You are watching the Broadway.com show.
It's time to reveal your latest top 10 list from Cultureless.com. This week, we were so psyched about the announcement that Bruce Willis will make his main stem debut this fall in a stage adaptation of Stephen King's Misery that we asked you to rank the other spooky King books you'd like to see transformed into a Broadway show. I kicked off this week's challenge with Needful Things as my top pick, and here's how you guys voted. Firestarter, Cujo, Christine, Salem's Lot, The Stand, Pet Sematary, Under the Dome, The Green Mile, It, and your number 1 pick, The Shining. Check back on Broadway.com this week for a brand new Cultureless challenge.
Smackdown time. Last week with the news that Bruce Willis will make his Broadway debut in Misery this fall, we asked you which of 2 of his hit movies would you rather see as a musical, Die Hard or The Sixth Sense? Well, the results are in and 100% of you said The Sixth Sense. It would seem on Broadway it's never a good day to die hard. Now we come to a very difficult decision. Matt Bomer and Cheyenne Jackson have both been tapped for American Horror Story's next installment, Hotel. So we want to know, who are you looking forward to checking in more? Tweet your vote of Matt Bomer or Cheyenne Jackson to @BroadwayCom with the hashtag #BWaySmackdown and tune in next time for the winner.
That's it for this week's Broadway.com show. We leave you with Broadway.com Audience Choice Award winner James Snyder easily connecting the stars of If Then in this exclusive video. See you next week.
Michael Greif, who directed Bright Lights, Big City with Jerry Dixon, who was in Once on This Island, and Bubbly Black Girl with Tony winner LaShawne's Back to Idina, Wicked, David Stone, Next to Normal, written by Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkey, who wrote Sweet Valley High, based on the books you probably read as a kid, featuring me, James Snyder, who was a Broadway.com vlogger and is currently recording this video for Broadway.com, which you are watching, which means you are connected to If Then and Idina Menzel by less than 6 degrees of separation. See? It's not that complicated. Can I get some water? Now.